hilarious.
That would
be Clippy going.
We should have
oh
Clippy.
Boy.
Oh my goodness! You.
Hold on. Let me. I gotta check something. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
We're talking about Clippy from the word processor. We need to have Clippy in SKUs. We need to have a little, and that's doable. That is totally doable. We can get a little paperclip that pops up in the corner. It looks like you're trying to do comedy. Is that correct?
Can I help?
Oh my!
Oh goodness! Well,
and if you sit there
call that a pun?
If you sit there too long, it'll like turn into weird things. It'll like wear a cowboy hat or morph into a cat or something. It used to do that.
I'm gonna get to work on that immediately. Every once in a while.
Good night, everybody.
Clippy will show up during the show, tap on the edge of the screen, and go, "You appear to be trying to be funny. Is this correct?"
You might want to look into some punchlines. I mean, I don't mean to pry.
Would you like a template?
You'd like to see how other successful people have done it.
Who does he sound right now? The way we're doing the character voice, he's taking on this guy.
Yes.
Yeah. What it reminds. Yeah. Who is that guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they used to spoof him on the old Bugs Bunny commercial on cartoons.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Well, that's the horse of a different color.
Comedy comes in all kinds of forms. You might want to try one. Like
Shut up,
satire.
Clippy. This is why we got rid of you in our word processor.
It looks like
Arrogant
you're trying to
little-
spell.
Arrogant little piece of twisted wire trying to tell me how to write letters. And
There was a
Somebody
comedian
probably-
friend of mine had a great joke about that. He said it comes on and he does like the eyebrows or whatever. He goes, "What I like to do is I keep a big pile of paper clips next to my desk. And whenever that thing comes up, I just grab them and I hold them up and I go, I've got your family."
One raw
it was like their early, that was early attempts at AI, right? That's what Clippy was. Clippy was like trying to figure out what you were doing and offer help.
It looks like
Autocomplete-
you're embarrassing yourself with your English skills. Yes.
All right. Here we go.
No, we're gonna have to mute us.
Gonna kill the room, gonna talk some smack. Cutting it down like a lumberjack. Come take a ride in my Cadillac. Kicking it live on the radio. Everybody got a right to know. This ain't my first rodeo. Hit the spotlight, here we go. Are you ready for the show? 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 Everybody gonna be so blessed. Hoping you cats gonna be impressed. Ain't no time to be depressed. Are you ready for the best?
Welcome to SKUs,
That's
everybody.
what happens to Clippy when you mouth off.
Is that an Allen wrench?
Yeah.
It becomes thicker and less easy to bend.
I was looking, yeah.
When Clippy lips off, he actually becomes a useful tool.
You build. I mean, really, most of the time, that's what we do with paper clips. We just unbend them. I need this for something else.
That's
I don't need any
true.
clipping of paper.
That's true. What they should do. Anyway, we're off topic. Welcome to SKUs.
Don't make the
everybody.
show too big.
My name is John. That's Juwan. That's Brian over there, and the Peaches is down there in the corner. And we're awfully glad that you're with us. We have a gigantic show tonight. And sadly, JT's not going to be with us very much.
We're just waiting for people in the audience to say how big is it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
How big is the show?
Yeah,
No, we
it looks
can't.
like you're waiting for an answer.
Like you're waiting for someone to ask. Well, so JT's gonna be busy the rest of the year. He'll pop in, we hope, from time to time, but he's not going to be a regular person here. So how big is it? All right. Well, I'm glad that you asked. Well, if this mastodon or whatever it is representative of a typical show, tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Oh, it's a bunch of big animals. One of them's kind of cute, and the other one's a little cute only to certain people. I don't. You can't cuddle a turtle. That's all. You can't really cuddle rabbits, though. They're not really prone. They don't really. I mean, even cats are slightly cuddleable.
You can cuddle a rabbit. What in the world's wrong with you?
They may not. I mean, they're furry, and you can get them close, but depending on their attitude at the time, I just know they. If you get one of the
mastodons, which are very cuddly, you can cuddle them
true.
very easily.
That's
the
true
big
for turtles
fat
too. Turtles, their attitude is everything. You get a cuddly turtle just because it's not fuzzy doesn't mean you can't.
Right. They don't have snapping rabbits.
No.
Look, there's Tabby.
There is Tim.
Yes.
Yes. It's gonna be one of those shows.
It's going to be one of those shows. So we need to add JT's. We're going to miss him, and so we'll do.
yeah.
Already do.
Who?
Do you remember
what's
the
that?
parrot? Do you remember the parrot that we had? Like the thing that would read text?
This sounded like a bit, but I didn't know it was a.
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was an actual little like robot thing, or like it was early software where you would type the text in and the parrot would say it, but it didn't pronounce everything right. So then my friend and I would like try to misspell things so that it would say them properly.
Correctly.
Because it kind of sounded like he had a parrot's voice, kind of.
So
But
R's.
he would put the emphasis in weird places sometimes. And
Weird places.
so like
So it was a speak and spell, but with a parrot voice.
basically with a parrot
Right.
voice. And so instead, but he would do whole sentences. And so, like, for example, I distinctly remember trying to get him to say, voila, I have done it. And he kept going, voila, I have done it. And we were like,
Voila.
wow. So I forget
Are you
how we
listening,
finally got
voila?
him to say voila, but it took a while.
This is what you do when you homeschool your children.
And you try to do it French way, and it's like viola.
Yeah.
I haven't done it.
Yeah, and
wild.
it wouldn't say, Tabby's right, he wouldn't say vulgar words. Like there were certain things he just wouldn't say.
Well, that's no fun at all.
But like, so we would have to find some ways around that too.
Because the minute we found out we could type words in there, me and my brother he'd be saying all
Right.
kinds of
Yeah.
weird.
Yes.
It's the same thing with scribble knots. You can't type in. You can't
Yeah.
put certain words in scribble knots and recognize them. And when you do, like with the parrot, Clippy would pop up in the corner and go, "You appear to be trying to swear. Is that correct?"
Why don't you do it
Bye.
on your own time and not try to make mechanical parrots do it?
Bye. I'm going to tell your parents.
All right, we got to give a shout out to the Cliquers, and
What?
yeah, we got to do that.
Let's
So
do
it's
But yes,
on
we
the-
will miss JT.
But it's actually on. It's actually on the screen. So you took it down, Peach. You took it down, and you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
This week we're ripping right into it. So play the song, and while we play the song,
I
know-
see.
you know the
Okay,
Clicker
their
song can
names
play
are
all
on
the-
the screen.
Yeah,
so
their
I
names
still
are going to
have
be on the
do-
screen, right? And so I'll just go. So
I still have
so
to do
this will
that.
give us a chance we can kind of dance along.
Do we say it when they come
Yeah.
up? We're going to
Yeah.
shout the name when they come up.
Mhm.
Prepare yourself, everybody.
Everybody get ready because we're going to shout their
Clickers
name.
make us cheer. Clickers are why we're here. Clickers have got mad skills. Clickers
It's not ready yet.
Clickers are all the rage.
This is really saving a lot of time. I'm glad you did this.
And
I was just gonna loop it a second time and let it play in the background while we played that, while we yelled their names. But sure, we
could've
can
done
just
that.
yell over the
This is
song.
not how it went in rehearsal, you guys.
You hear it?
John, when you when
It
you're
looks
throwing
like
the
you're
green
trying
stuff,
to acknowledge the clickers.
Can you hear it?
you seem to be trying to pay homage to people.
Oh, it's like a background.
Yeah, I
It's
can
like
barely
quieter
hear.
now. Right.
Did you
I
turn it
figured,
down?
Yeah. I figured we'd listen to it once at full volume, and then while we were shouting out the Cliquers name, it could go. We could vamp JT in the background like that.
And also, we can talk about how to be a clicker.
Right.
Do things
We can
over
do all
the.
that.
All right.
Right, go
All right.
ahead.
It's going to keep going while I do it.
Yeah,
Ready?
you begin.
Go to
Except it's
johnbranding.com
done
to
now.
support the show and become a clicker yourself so that your name can be put over the top of this amazing background music. johnbranding.com. Join the party, and members get access to the super special Afert Party, which is going to take place right after the show today. And we're actually going to do some real serious work today. Tonight we're not going to horse around in the Afert Party, people. We're really going to
Never
we're going to
horse
get
That
down to
sounds like-
business.
This is what I was afraid of. Okay,
think
well,
no.
You don't have to
Yeah.
explain yourself. I've already
know.
told everyone.
I know. I'm gonna have to explain some stuff during the Afert Party
Nope,
because
it's
I
fine.
can see already I've been misunderstood.
I'm
We're
sad.
not messing around anymore. The Afert Party is not going to be fun. If you think you're going to come to the Afert Party and enjoy yourself, you are sadly mistaken.
That's right.
We're,
Nope.
Yep.
No more
We're not allowed
fun.
No more fun.
Yep.
We shouldn't even really call it a party anymore.
Nope.
We should just call
Afert
it
gathering.
Call it the
Afert
Afert,
obligation.
Afert detention. Everybody's got it. Be there. Do your duty.
You better be there because
Afert.
all right.
We'll be so mad if you don't come to. Oh.
Afert work session that works too. Yeah.
Ooh.
We did have a
Afert
couple
detention.
of other versions
Yeah,
of the
we're gonna
Clicker
need you to
song,
stay later.
but we never turned them into
Afert
MP3s, and so now I can't play them from my dashboard. So that one's the one that I happen to be able to play weekly consistently. So if anybody
Ain't
else,
technology great?
That and Tabby's always asking for that one every week. She's
That's
like, make sure you play
Which
that one
one?
again.
loves
Yeah,
that.
the one that we just played.
But if you
Oh.
if you guys want to put together your own version of a clicker song and you send it to us and it goes through our screeners and our panel of
Mhm.
judges, then
Mhm.
The elder board at your your
if
Just
it's
make
an
sure we
MP3,
understand the lyrics.
make
And
sure we can
Clippy,
understand it.
We'll play it
Yeah,
for Clippy.
Clippy's. Yeah, he's got to know.
Looks like you're dying to do a clicker song.
It appears you're trying to.
That
write
is
a-
Yes.
a character. What? Who is it? That is simple.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
It's the Great Gilder Sleeve was what they were parodying, but what we're doing is the Bugs Bunny version, which was the Great Gilder Sneeze.
I don't know that.
Wow.
Oh, I'll have it available for you.
You know, you
During
sound
that.
kind of like the villain on the second Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You know that the guy with the orange.
Oh, he's just
never
that's
seen it.
Will Forte. He was like, hey, he had this voice like this, and it was like, hey, so glad that he was like super inventor, like Steve Jobs, and we always love. It's a very smooth voice,
Right, but when he stands up on stage, he gets higher in that higher register because he'll be like, "Welcome to whatever his place is." I
my
can't remember.
invention.
Welcome to where dreams come.
It's a little,
true."
also a little great kazoo for the Flintstones people. A little,
Okay, we need to. Yeah, there's this influence though. It spreads,
but it's
through a lot of genres.
yeah. But I definitely think it's more of the old.
I'll
It's the
show
old
you.
time. Yes,
I'll find it for you. Y'all are gonna see it in the Afert Party.
it's also part.
Where
Where
we're
was who rang that bell? It's got
Yeah.
a little bit of that in there too.
No, nobody sees the wizard. Not nobody, not know how.
All right.
All
Guys,
right.
I don't think
We
we're
don't miss
getting
JT at
enough
all yet. Nope, not at all.
It's Indy 500 day, and since we are huge race fans here,
Yeah.
Avid open wheel racing.
does anybody? I have lived in Indiana almost my whole life, and I have never been to the 500. I've been to the track twice, and not on race day, but on like carburation day to watch qualifications and things like that.
Is that a holiday in Indiana?
It's a carburetor day.
There's the thing.
Carbonation Day.
So you guys are apparently not Indy race fans either.
Not
or
to
you
be
would know
confused
about
with Carbonation Day,
Yeah,
where you fill
exactly.
yourself with bubbles.
They're not. That was you've already answered the question I was going to ask, because if you are Indy 500 race fans, and you clearly are not.
Well, down here it's more of a NASCAR flavor, and I'm not even into that. So
Brickyard, right?
Or Daytona 500 is what
I'm not a race fan. I don't understand the appeal of. I don't understand it. That doesn't mean that it's not.
You go fast, John.
Oh,
Yeah,
I drive cars real fast.
Gayla, I've been once.
Have you?
At the Indy 500, do y'all know this much? At the Indy 500, do they at least have right-hand turns? Because NASCAR is all.
No, I think it's
all left turns. Oh, it's a
left
circle.
turns. Right.
Okay, I'm thinking of Formula One.
Formula One is right-hand turns. It's both. It can be both, especially when you do the street races. But
wait, so they shorten it by calling it Carb Day?
NASCAR fan here. See, that's the thing.
Every day is
eating
Carb Day.
And you're not eating pasta.
Every day is Carb Day.
Carburation Day is the day you get to cheat on your diet.
Yeah. Somebody says it's Carb Day.
Either.
I already have like 3 donuts in my mouth. Did you know it's Carb Day?
That's the other thing about race fans is when they say, yes, I'm a race fan, they always are quick to differentiate whether they're Formula One or whether they're NASCAR. And very seldom will you find somebody.
I can see that.
Right. Very seldom will you find somebody who will go, oh, I like all racing. They're always very specific.
Yeah.
And the sprint car racers are different too.
It's like the
difference dirt track people.
It's like the difference between like Carrabba's and Chef Boyardee, I think.
Right. Right.
People are like, oh, I'm not into canned Italian food,
Right.
just so you know.
But I like Chef Boyardee.
Right. Chef Boyardee would definitely be the NASCAR of pasta.
Sorry, NASCAR.
Right. And so,
but you get Carb Day.
Well, so I wanted. You said, let's do Carb Day.
But you get it. You get Carb Day.
No, I get Carb Day.
Okay.
And I even understand racing. I understand the appeal
rules.
of it, having been to.
It's very difficult. You see, how it works is the cars go down the track and then they stay on the track. They're supposed to stay on the track.
Did you bump a guy? That's not good.
And then
the
you
other
go
cars?
around from the start to the finish. Now, I just want to make sure that's clear for everybody, since we're not
It's like
all
a big
huge
circle.
race fans like John here.
They go right. Not if I'm going too fast, let me know. But there's like a circle in the start, and they go right back to where they started a bunch of times. And but the speed with which the Indy cars go is phenomenal. I mean, they're going so fast, and you really can't appreciate how fast they're going when you watch it on television, or when you watch it because the camera stays right with them. Yeah, and you like don't know. But man, when you're standing there, like right next to the track, or when you're standing in the middle of the track, you're not supposed. No, when you're standing right next to them.
You really get a sense of the power of the machine.
That's right.
They're like low flying jets. I mean, you can hear them coming, and then they just fly right past. It's really, I get it. I get why people like to go and experience it.
Yeah.
So really to get ready for the race, do you go sit at a roundabout and just kind of like
sit in the middle?
Watch people, just watch people go around and just.
They don't go as fast in the roundabout, Brian. That's what I'm saying.
Like with most sports, you're better off if you want to see what's happening. You're really better off watching at home with the multi-camera ability. Because if you go to a racetrack, then you're in the middle of the scene, but you're not actually seeing most of the action.
Right. But what is the problem if you live in Indiana? Trying to watch the Indy 500 on the television. What's the problem, Amanda?
Do they have blackouts? I don't know.
Yes.
But they have.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Because they want you to go to the track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do they not sell out?
Exactly. That's silly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is
little kids looking through the fence. Mm-hmm. The Indy 500 like in the old cartoons.
Well, it's huge. The Indy 500 is the biggest racetrack. It is the biggest single day sporting event in the world. It is, I mean, hands down, it's the biggest. Look it up, Brian. I know, I can tell you're dubious.
When you say single day, I guess that rules out
Right.
Carb
It's
day.
not as big as the Olympics or anything like that. But
what about Carb Day? Doesn't that see, because it's not actually
Carburation
one.
Day is-
It's part of it because you have qualifying. I'm assuming, right? You're going to have your qualifying on Thursday,
They don't
Friday,
count
or
that.
Friday, Saturday.
It's not the
Doesn't
event.
There are
It's the
close to
pre-event.
300,000 spectators at the track.
Uh-huh.
300,000. That's like
Uh-huh.
10 times the size of. How big is a stadium, like a major league stadium or an NFL stadium?
Like
50,000? Yeah.
Ooh, NFL, you get up into the 80s.
Yeah, college you get about 100,000, depending on where
Okay.
you go. Big
Well,
House,
then
Ohio
it's
State.
3 times that size.
Whoa.
What about Kentucky Derby? No.
I don't know if is that a single day.
What about putt golf?
We'll just go down
I know
all
Kentucky
the
Derby
sporting
now.
events.
Usually about 150,000 or whatever. Depends on. So 300,000 would be more. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
What about Hands
Okay.
Across America?
Kentucky Derby
It is
size
larger than a
crowd.
massive event. See,
I
this
think
isn't
Kentucky
even part
Derby's
of the
really-
show. Stop distracting me.
Okay, but this does say that the Churchill Downs expects more than 200,000 fans to come out. Oh, between Friday and Saturday. So
Oh,
that's
See, there you go. Gotta watch those parameters
Yeah.
on your statistics.
Yeah.
Check
But
your
they black it
parameters,
out.
kids.
But they
Yeah.
black. Okay.
not on
Yeah,
TV.
they don't qualify on card
All that to
day. It's the
say,
weekend
they black
before
it
when they could do it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, like, there's creative ways for people who are dedicated to still get to watch it because they do broadcast it in certain other areas. And now with streaming television, you can subscribe for certain apps or certain services, and then like project it onto your.
That's
Big
not
screen.
creative.
Yeah,
I thought
do
you
a
said
VPN.
people-
Use a V-
Yes, but they are now cracking down on using VPNs for certain apps. So yes, it's complicated. People have that was working. Again, I hear this through the grapevine because I don't even care to watch.
I
any
thought you were going to
sports,
say
but
people were building their own blimps or using mirrors.
no.
Something. That's not streaming it. That's not creative.
Well, because
See,
again,
that's-
you want to be able to see it, and you
Well,
can
there's
get
the
extra
Goodyear.
to
That's
see
the
it.
Goodyear blimp. But what is that over there? It looks like
That's-
a lawn chair.
That's the house from Up.
Yeah, we're about to bring back piracy. It's worse than that.
Yes,
because there's certain,
Jake's
like,
blimp.
certain streaming services are now not allowing you to cast from your phone to a larger screen if they sense that you are using a
At a
particular
mall.
method. And I don't know how all this works, but they're now restricting casting abilities from both your phone and your laptop.
You can't.
But
watch,
If you have a
can't do
smart TV, you can get your app on the smart TV.
Do you mean
And
like
then-
Fire Stick, for example?
Not
Yeah.
Fire Stick.
Okay.
That
but
is not
was
smart.
That was another problem people had was with
Yeah.
the Fire Stick.
There are TVs that will come with the ability that have apps already built in, and
Okay.
one of the apps you get is a VPN. And hypothetically, one person could use a VPN on their television
Just say.
and maybe cast that they're in New Zealand and get the NFL package for a cheaper price than hypothetically speaking.
Let's
of
just
course.
say maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
For
So
the
they,
past
because
several
yes,
years.
they are trying to prevent. Obviously, they're trying to prevent house parties with people sharing, their app services and stuff.
They're trying to get everybody.
Clippy
They're trying to prevent
pops
everybody
up.
getting together and enjoying their company.
Yeah. Clippy pops up. It looks like you're having a party.
It's like you're trying to use a VPN to watch the Indy 500. Yes. I don't know why this is Clippy now.
Is that fun? Are you having
There
fun
you
right
go.
now?
There you go. You having fun? Blocked.
Stop it!
Oh no! I didn't
You
even
appear
click
to
that
be.
button.
You appear to be enjoying yourselves. Is this true? Blocked.
It looks like you and your friends would all like to watch this at the same time.
Yeah.
You in the red shirt, close your eyes.
Well, I guess I should. Anyway, with all this VPN talk,
Yes.
we're glad you guys joined us this week. We'll not be broadcasting anymore after the FBI.
No, I was
Track
just about to
down.
say we're giving tips for how to rip off the biggest entertainment businesses in the world, and
that
They
a
got it coming.
doorbell?
They've been ripping us off for years.
they've been taking advantage of us. See, just even. We decide what's even. We decide what's fair. The consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
All right.
That's another Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Shut
All
up,
right.
Lexi.
So I have.
Oh yeah, charge your family, Jeff.
I have some facts that we're gonna. I put together a little game, as is my want.
Well, did you already give away one fact? You said it's the largest single.
Yeah.
10,500 facts. We only
No.
have like an hour, dude.
Yeah.
How are we gonna
No.
go through that?
Fact number 642.
No, it's 10 500
Oh.
facts.
10,
Oh.
500 facts.
So
Or it's 105 zero facts.
Mm-hmm. The winner of the 500 must drink milk or forfeit the race. True or false?
True.
The winner of the 500 must drink milk or forfeit the race.
I think though I say it's true, but only because they would have
The spot.
non-lactose alternatives for those drivers that are sensitive
Mm-hmm.
But I
To,
thought milk
Or
was
at the
actually a
very least, they have
sponsor.
to like
to
pour
cow
it on their
juice.
face.
Oh, okay, that
You
would
know what I
work.
mean? They have to at least pretend to drink it.
You know what's really awesome is getting
You
that
don't
milk
have to
down in your
ingest
jumpsuit, down into your boots.
poured in,
That's fantastic.
When it's
go splashing
101
around.
degrees.
Yeah, it's
There is something about that appeals to like the masculine sensibility, because after a random soccer practice last week, Colin's shirt was completely soaked, and I was like, "Why are you so wet?" And he goes, "I poured my water bottle on my head when I was done with practice." And then he goes, "Can I do that after the game?" And I was
it depends on. Yeah.
like, "Why?"
I was gonna say dunking yourself in milk sounds like a Midwestern thing, so that definitely fits in the
Yeah.
Minneapolis 500.
Which is, I always like to have
let's
milk
use
on a
Southerners.
hot day. That's why I take it to the beach.
In the South, it's
Just take a
Mountain
nice
Dew
gallon.
at
Take this
the
gallon of milk with me to the beach.
It's
Ah,
at the
And lay in
Talladega
the hot
Speedway.
sun.
oh,
At
so
Talladega
good.
Speedway in Talladega after the Talladega 500, it's Mountain Dew.
So good.
Oh, it's so good.
Nicky.
When the temperature hits 100 and the
There's
humidity
nothing like
is
a
90%.
warm glass of curdled milk.
I like to chug about a quart of milk and just lay in the beach.
That's right.
So good.
Listen to the waves and my stomach gurgling.
All right, so the winner of the 500.
We said true. Is this all true, false?
Everybody said false. Not a
No, they're all
single
false.
true. in the
False. I
third
say
row.
yeah
I
because I
say
thought
true.
I
I say
say
true.
for real true.
Brian said it was true, and
Oh.
Brian knows
I
nothing
thought I've
about the
seen
500.
pictures.
That's right.
It is false. You don't have to drink milk.
You don't
Um,
have to. Oh, you're
it
one
is
of
a-
those.
It's just
teachers.
It
encouraged.
is a tradition, right? And actually, they do get remunerated now by the dairy industry. It originally started. One of the early drivers drank milk because his mother told him that there's nothing better on a hot day than a cool glass of buttermilk, no less.
Oh my
Buttermilk.
gosh!
Yeah,
I've been
and
sweating
Why
for the
stop?
last 3 hours.
I stopped there. Just did
Here's
some,
some nice
half and half.
warm milk.
buttermilk is like regular milk with it's kind of a thick layer of sweat on the top. of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like asking, do you have to wear the wreath around your head at the Olympics or forfeit your gold medal?
Okay,
No.
so it wasn't the
But
greatest
why
question.
wouldn't you wear it? Why wouldn't you drink milk afterward? That's what you've been dreaming of since you were a wee tot.
Right. I don't know.
It started somewhere.
All right. Well, next question. Winner of the 500 must drink milk or face a fire.
Oh, that was
True.
true. Yes, that's true for sure. I thought it was it's false because it's winner must drink milk and face a firing squad. You
I hope-
changed the wrong article.
I hope all the questions are winner of the 500 must drink milk or, and it just changes.
Right.
Or almond
No.
milk.
Nope. How long is the track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Infinite because it's a circle. Next.
It has
I'll
neither
allow
a
it.
beginning nor an end.
I'll allow it. I'll say it is. Let's see.
You said it's the longest?
If
So
you
it's
start
it's
walking
500.
on
How
the
many
track,
do they do? They do like 50 laps. So 10 miles.
Yeah, it's 100 miles long. Right?
I don't think 10
5
miles
laps
of Indianapolis is taken up by that track. That's a really long track.
That would be hilarious. They go.
Well, they go so fast. I mean, they go
Like,
like 200 miles an hour, so it's like.
Yeah, no, I think it's shorter than that.
All
I
right.
don't know exactly
2
how
miles.
long.
Not 10. I'll say 2.
It could be because that would be like
2 mile
1
long.
in each direction.
Some of the clickers are correct in their answers. So
Wow.
700 meters.
1 mile, Bob. So everybody's
I
over.
think everybody's over. No.
400 feet.
Most
5
people are
units.
saying 2.5.
They are correct. It is 2.5 miles.
Well, we
Yeah.
know who
2.5
the Hoosiers
miles.
are. All the Hoosiers just exposed
So
themselves.
would that be? I'm assuming it's like 1 mile on each stretch, and then the corners are like a quarter mile
Quarter.
each or something. That's my guess. But-
No,
the
it's not exactly.
back stretch is like 0.75 miles.
Well, actually, I have
And then
it.
it's
I
like
have
another 3/4 of a mile, and you have like 1/10 of a mile, and it's just this
If
really.
you want,
Do you count the ramp and the jump?
I have that data, my friends.
Whoa. How did you acquire such knowledge so quickly?
Just as the name implies, the race is 500 miles, with each lap of the track clocking in at 2.5 miles. So there are 4 turns on the track, each of which is 1/4 of a mile long.
That's what I said.
So you got a mile.
Yep.
You got a
On
mile
the stretch.
just in corners. Yeah. Then there are 2 main straightaways coming in at, what did you say, Peach?
Well, I said okay. I guess
You said a
because
mile and a mile, and then
I
a quarter.
counted it as two stretches of a mile, and then a quarter's worth
See?
of the turns.
So
Right.
that's actually a half mile in the turns.
It's 5
Total.
That's true.
In total.
So
quarter
my
of a mile
problem
in the
was that I
turns.
did not realize that you would technically have to turn
No, there's
4 times
Say
4
what you
turns.
want.
4
mile
turns at a quarter mile each.
each. Yeah, but I was only factoring 2 turns, so my math was bad. I only
Oh,
had
well, see, they would go out into the field.
yeah,
They would make 2 turns and be out in the field.
yeah. That's
Which
true.
makes for fun in the race. That's why some people
Yeah,
are
and
there.
then they would go off road.
That fella only turned a quarter.
So then
mile.
they would be 3/4 of a mile. The straightaways would be 3/4 of a mile each.
They're 5/8 of a mile each. And then there's 2 short shoot straightaways. So the corners are like the corners are, and then there's like a little tiny short piece in between the corners.
This to me sounds
It's
like
sort of like a
the-
rectangle. It's like a rounded rectangle.
No wonder they black this out.
this is the exact conversation the designers of the track had. They were probably all like, "Wait, we do the quarter of a mile? No. No, it's and then put
Let's
the
have-
track.
We'll have a
Do
little
the
short shoot.
Guy with a
5/8.
calculator.
5/8 of a mile on the and then and then the
Yeah.
finish line is
Yeah, it's a rounded rectangle.
2
I agree.
100ths of
It's a
it.
rounded rectangle.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Okay,
Is that what
We'll
I
go
said?
with that.
That's what I said.
I say
Yeah.
this about
So
John
an
Braden.
oval?
He keeps the conversation
Well,
interesting.
It's
That's all
not
I'm
an
saying.
oval though, because it's got some definite lines on it, but they're
Right. It's not
rounded
an oval.
edges.
It's a rectangle. It's a rounded corner rectangle.
Yeah,
And then you turn and then go straight, turn and go
Like-
straight. turn
like
and go
if you
straight,
had
and
a
go straight.
placemat from like Pizza Hut or whatever, but then you rounded the corners on it.
So
Or
that it
any
was in the shape
restaurant,
of an
really.
oval.
It
Okay,
doesn't have to
gotcha.
be from just Pizza Hut.
Gotcha.
Oh.
You could get it from Cracker Barrel. You could get it from Long John Silver's, but not in Kokomo anymore.
Placemats. You're talking about where you can get placemats?
Yeah.
Shoney's.
It looks like
you
you're
go
trying to
IHOP.
do math.
Looks like you're trying to describe a rectangle. All right. What is this?
Faces.
You have to look at.
Yeah, it's the Wall of 1,000 Faces from Game of Thrones.
You have to either have to drink milk or get frozen in carbonite and put into this trophy.
Right.
That's called the Jug.
Wow. The guy in 1918 went 53 miles per hour.
Whee!
The Indianapolis 500 back then was
But
over
his
the course of a
face
week.
was out in the elements while he did it. He was. It's like driving with.
They
your
had
face out the
goggles.
window. He
But
did.
He actually pushed the car the last lap.
Well, based on how they all look, they actually were the old original airplanes in the World War II,
The
or the World War
biplanes.
One pilot goggles. And they all had the giant scarf behind them flapping away.
It was a Red Baron was the winner that year. Snoopy.
Oops. Yeah. So that I've seen.
80.
Do we have to say the name of the trophy?
Yes, of course you do.
The milk jug. Congratulations! Here's the milk jug.
It's
the
winner's
cup of
trophy.
heads.
Oh, Jeff said it. Jeff
cup of
Lane
heads.
said it.
Yep, the cup of heads.
Where,
Put it up there.
I
Face
can't
cup.
see it.
You'll
Borg?
like it.
Borg
yeah.
Warner trophy? No.
Oh, it's got the word Borg in it, and so they've like assimilated all of
yeah,
those faces.
it's not shaped like a cube.
Yeah.
I want to see the
join
other
us.
It's
side.
shaped more
All the
like
faces.
it's shaped more like a placemat.
Right. It's like a
Cover the
rounded
edges.
placement.
All the
Just
faces talk to you.
I want to see the other side of it where they have helmets instead of those little aviator.
Oh, they
That's-
update the faces?
Yeah,
Okay.
every winner gets their little face on the trophy.
And then
Do they how
when
accurate
they
is
have
the
so many
carving?
winners, they start removing them, like the Stanley Cup.
Just
Well,
plop 'em out
do
there.
they do that on this?
Sorry,
Stanley
I
Cup,
just-
they put all the players' names that won it on the cup, and then as the years
Sorry.
go by, they end
They
up taking.
fall off.
Yeah.
Yes, they've actually had to add like little things to this trophy to make room for new faces because as you
cool.
can see, they're not really efficient in their use of the space. They've
They're like 9
But you-
feet tall, the trophy is now.
You can also play really creepy guy checkers on it.
you can play creepy guy checkers on it.
Face
All
me.
right, so the next question is similar. How much does it weigh? The Borg Warner
797 pounds.
I was guessing something similar. I was going to say 25 pounds. Or actually, 50
I don't
pounds.
think. Here's the thing. I don't know if it matters anymore because obviously they've put wheels on the bottom of it. it's the weight of a full size refrigerator.
He guesses 795 pounds, and you said I was going to say something similar, 25. How's that?
Units.
500 grams.
What are you going? You're going with metric just to make it.
I don't know how much a gram is, so I just hope that makes sense.
This episode of SKUs brought to you by Math.
500 grams.
It's symbolic. And
500. There's a guy named Graham, and it's 500 of him.
It's 500 of him.
yeah. Jeff said 500 pounds.
Graham,
now I
come
knew
here.
that was ridiculous, so I thought grams maybe would work.
A
500
refrigerator
pounds.
is how much?
500
Refrigerator is like
ounces.
How much does 10 gallons of milk weigh?
Well,
That's-
do
what's
you
a
count the
gallon?
milk that's in it?
What's a gallon of water weigh, or a gallon of liquid? It's like 2 pounds, isn't it? Something like that, 3 pounds.
Look at that. 500 grams is like 1.1 pounds. That would work.
Wow.
That's
There's no way that's
Unless
That's a
it's
very
only-
sturdy. It's a very sturdy trophy.
A 1 pound trophy.
That's not that bad.
It's made out of
You could totally do that.
made out of plastic. It looks like metal.
Here's your trophy. Enjoy it.
It's really small. Yeah.
Here's some.
It's made out of
Okay.
paper.
Yeah,
mache.
when Brian talked about pouring milk into it, I visioned the milk spewing out of all the mouths.
Yeah, just,
I picture it coming out of their eyeballs.
they're just crying milk tears.
Like one of those weird fountains.
I'm so happy. Milk tear, milk tear.
Congratulations.
Some of you have gotten it correctly. Melinda has gotten it. Christine has
Is it exactly 100 pounds or is it like
It's not exactly 100 pounds, I'm
Jeez.
sure, but yeah, it weighs in at 100 pounds. And to answer Brian's question, they don't actually get to take it home with them. It's like the Stanley Cup. They get a little miniature, like a little mini Borg, a little tiny, little wee
you're coming
Warner.
with me, Borg?
Mhm.
Does last year's winner have to bring it in, carry it into them? They're like, That's a-
Here's your trophy.
No, my understanding is that they don't even get to. I mean, they don't load it up in their car and take it home.
You have got to be kidding me. A gram? is the size of
Name
a
of the paper
paperclip.
Now we know the name of the paperclip that's going to be our mascot. It's going to
Graham.
be named Graham.
Graham.
Grammy.
Grammy.
It's going to have a whole bunch of silent H's in it.
If you win it every year, do you get multiple?
Ooh.
Yes, you do.
It's like
Do
if you're
Yes.
employee of the month, if you're
You
employee
know,
of the
just
month
put
of
little
department
hash
store.
marks under your face.
Yeah.
Doot, doot.
But
Well, you know what? You can see some
nobody
people
has ever won it
age.
more than twice.
Oh.
The Indy 500 has never been.
Was that the
consecutively.
answer to the
Nobody's
next
ever won it.
question?
Yeah, exactly. AJ.
Oh,
is
in
it
a row.
AJ Foyt,
Is that the only name you know in racing?
Danica Patrick.
Name the women who have competed in the Indianapolis 500 besides Danica
Ooh,
Patrick.
Ooh, Brian.
Shelley Winters.
Uh-huh. B. Arthur. He's doing
B.
all.
Arthur.
Ann B. Davis. And
Susan
Rue
B.
McClanahan.
Oh God!
Voluntarily? Did they participate voluntarily?
Voluntarily?
Yeah, like
there was some that were forced.
somebody maybe they threw him in the back, in the back seat. They're
It
riding. The
doesn't
guy's
say
like,
they
hey,
That's it.
participated.
You're driving
It
in the
says-
Indy 500.
No, it says who competed, not who participated in some fashion.
in some fashion.
Technically, all the
So you're
men's
saying there
wives
were some
participated.
stowaways?
Shirley
yeah.
Temple.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yep.
Laverne and Shirley. I mean,
I feel like this is
there's-
something Martha Stewart would have done once, just for the show.
Well, you should see what she did with the trophy when she won it. She just decorated it and just made the most beautiful floral arrangement you
This is
can
gonna be.
imagine.
Surely one of them was named Jennifer, right? Jennifer seems like it would be a female race name.
Janet Guthrie and Sarah Fisher. That's two names.
Janet is.
Oh,
called
there's
Jennifer.
more.
Mm-hmm.
Crud, y'all.
Stephanie. I
Give
bet
us a
there's
hint.
Stephanie.
You know how many?
Give us a hint. Because
Barbara Eden. Oh, come on, you guys. All right,
Amelia
well,
Earhart.
Lindsay
Ooh, Amelia
James,
Earhart,
and
that's not
Danica
a good-
Patrick. That's two. I gave you Danica Patrick. Okay, how many women have competed throughout the history of the race? That's an easier question. That's
5.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
That's a good.
This
answer.
many.
it's more than 5.
Yeah, just keep going up. Is that not it? Do another finger, Brian. That many? That's not it. Crud. One more finger. No, do it. Another. Keep going until he says stop. Tell me when to stop.
To be named,
I'll go. You keep yours. You keep yours up,
Elizabeth.
Brian.
Here we go.
Kelly.
many?
One's named Kelly, isn't it?
I don't
Kelly
know.
with an EY. I bet you Kelly's one of them.
You're just making
All
people
right.
mad that have Deborah. Deborah sounds
Deborah, that's another. Debbie,
a
though. She
racing-
would go by Debbie.
There are no
Debbie.
Debras.
Deb.
There are
Deb.
no Debras.
like
Deb.
little Debbie.
Susan.
She's
Susan.
No Susans. There's a
Kelly.
Catherine. There's a
There's
Catherine.
There's gotta be Kate. Kate was
There-
really
Yeah.
No,
Kate does sound
no.
like a racer.
man.
There's also a Pippa.
I was never gonna
I'm
get
gonna
that.
say,
Oh.
I'm gonna say Margaret. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Margaret.
No.
No.
Margaret.
Mary.
What are we in the Saints now?
All right, Janet. There's 9 of them.
Mary,
Janet
Margaret, Joseph,
Janet
Janica.
Guthrie, Desire Wilson.
Oh,
In May of 1982, she drafted a driver's
part of the
test, but
Wilson
she didn't
Phillips
actually
thing.
qualify. She didn't qualify for 500, but she
She didn't
passed
have
the
the desire.
Lynn St. James, Sarah Fisher, Danica Patrick, Milka Dunno,
This is rigged.
She made that up just so she could get in.
Anna
Milk.
Beatriz, Simona Di Silvestro. She was recent too.
Simone.
you seem really familiar with these names. You're
Simone.
fans of all these people.
Catherine Legg. Oh no, I'm reading them.
Catherine Legg.
Yeah.
Catherine
Yeah,
Legg.
Legge. How would you pronounce it?
I
Lega.
don't know. Legg.
Leggy.
Leggy.
Good
It
old
sounds like
Leggy Kathy.
Wait, Kathy. Oh no, we didn't say
Kate.
Kathy. We said Kate.
Yeah.
All right.
Well-
So that was pretty sad.
And
Made
paperclip.
note-
Graham paperclip.
You
It looks
appear to
like-
be listing the names of Indianapolis drivers who are women.
Let me just say the next slide better not be name any other racers of any other side.
Oh yeah, I would.
Ray Heron won the first Indianapolis 500 in 1911. What was his average speed?
38 miles an hour.
Yep. I was going to
1911.
say 35.
Yeah.
Well, you read 1918. It was in the 50s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Juwan.
Things happened. You know, when you have World War II, you have advancements in technology.
Right. 7 years later.
Let's go with 45 miles an hour.
The 1911 Indianapolis 500 was 7 days long.
Tabby thinks it's 25. Wow.
This is before they started using combustion engines too. I think it was on a horse.
52.
Yeah, there were no carb days then.
It was just a hamster running on a wheel.
23, 65, which is a little high.
It's got to be in the 40s.
I said 45.
48.
Jeff says 37.5. It's not bad.
I like your spirit. I really do.
Can you imagine being blown away by a 35-mile-an-hour car back then going, my gosh, how are they doing
when you
that?
sit there, you can just hear them coming like a non-existent jet plane yet. Just
The sheer power of these vehicles to propel them at such mind-blowing speeds.
Now,
Yes.
I don't know where the answer to this question is. How did I lose it?
If only we can acquire this knowledge.
Oh, I got it. All right, no problem. All right, so let me look at.
I want to have next week a trivia game where we don't have any of the answers.
we just have to look them up.
Everybody has to go look them up. All right, go find it yourself. That's the name of the
perfect name of it.
That's right.
Go
Whoever
find it yourself.
finds the answer first and puts it in chat is the winner.
Okay.
It's the game.
What was the speed? What was the speed? I must know now.
All right, so Melinda Powers is the closest. She evidently knows a thing or two about racing.
What?
But
The guy
nobody has gotten it.
go back to the.
At least
Go
I have.
back to
Apparently,
the cup.
you misread that cup, Juwan.
It said 50.
Oh, wait.
Go back to the cup picture.
Christine is actually the closest. She's almost right on. In fact, we can if you round up, then that's correct. It was 74.6 miles per hour was what he won in 1911.
Go back to the picture of the cup because I got to show you.
There must have been inclement weather that day.
He
Joanne,
was going. They were driving safely.
Why am I going back to the picture of the cup?
Because he
So look,
said,
in 1918, it says, or does that say 83?
"Oh, that's
88,
first of all, it says
it's
1919. It doesn't say 1918, and it says
Hey,
83.
I need to make an appointment.
Right. So it's 8 years later.
Get my eyes checked. I think I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 8 years later. So they added another roughly 10 miles an hour, something like that, about 14 miles an hour.
Yeah. I think they just took the fenders off. Never mind. That says 88. I'm blind. So I'm going to go to Walmart and get my eyes checked tomorrow.
All right, now
Maybe that's my problem is going to Walmart.
Here's a question that everybody should get. What was the average speed of the race of winner Helio Castroneves in 2021?
Wow. Well said.
Helio Castroneves.
235. 235.
Castroneves.
Castroneves. You didn't roll your R's. And it's
Now-
Elio, right?
Now-
Elio.
Well, it
Here's a
depends
little
on
thing.
if it's a Hispanic. It'd be Helio.
Elio.
Right.
Helio.
Here's the thing about Indianapolis race times that I do know is, even though I know virtually nothing about racing, that the qualifying times are much faster than the actual average speeds of the race. So, like the qualifying times, they'll say, hey, they qualified at 2:35, and that's
Nobody's
true,
out there.
but nobody's doing that during the race.
You're by yourself. And
I
you
want
don't
to
have anybody
say
to dodge.
178 miles per hour.
NASCARs get up into the 200s.
Yes,
I was going to say 235.
That's
'Cause-
like the qualifying, though.
Indy cars are much closer to the ground and there's less cars. So I think they
Yeah,
go
but
faster.
they're also open wheels, so
That makes them slower? Faster?
Here's
You were just saying.
there's a guy just going with his arm out the window.
You're looking for the average. The average speed in 1911 was 74.6. The average speed in 2021 is what we're looking for.
Fast.
And to give you a
Mach 3.
another number, the fastest single lap. So it's not the average speed, but the fastest single lap was Eddie Cheever in 1996. So it was that long ago.
Still
96.
haven't. Wow. Seven top.
And it still hadn't been beat. And it was 236 miles an hour. But that's the fastest lap, single lap.
So 235 is a little high.
18 miles an hour.
Also, at sea level, the speed
I
of
still think
sound
that's
is
too high.
756 miles an hour. So it's between those.
The
I
speed of
think
sound is what?
756 miles an hour.
Right. That's true.
I would think it's in the 100s. Like, I think Sarah's close with.
I don't think
190.
it's that low. I would
They
say
do not-
209.
They do not break the sound barrier. That's correct.
Tabby
said
says 176.
Who said 190?
Sarah.
She is
Did she?
correct.
Oh,
Ah,
wait a second. She just kept typing numbers in. She's got like 12 guesses.
that's true. She has
That's
4
what
guesses.
everybody's doing, right? That's how you play this game.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it's 190.
It's not about percentages, folks.
Russ was close too. He put 185.
Mhm.
Ooh. And he's got a NASCAR. Is that NASCAR?
But the
Avatar.
average speed from the first
Yeah.
to 2021 is what, 120 miles an hour,
Mm-hmm.
roughly.
Yep.
Do you think when
There
he
you
was
go.
driving at 70, 75?
They're like,
He was
what?
flying.
I gotta put my goggles down. I can't even see.
Sarah's like, everyone's throwing out a bunch of numbers. I'm not alone at this. That's right. Fight back.
That's how everybody talked.
No. Yeah,
That's how everybody talked in
We're
1911.
getting defensive.
What unique piece of equipment did Heron have that replaced a mechanic sitting next to him in the car?
wrench.
Chewbacca.
I was about to say wrench too.
A crescent wrench. I'm gonna be specific on this one.
He replaced the mechanic with a wrench.
A toolbox.
Chewbacca.
Probably a robot now.
Nope.
By this time, they were making droids.
Oh, ooh.
R2.
It's
Was it-
1911,
Paperclip.
There was a passenger. There was a passenger in the car.
Oh, his mom.
Was it a bucket of water to pour in his own radiator?
To pour over his head at the end of the race.
Big
It
gallon
was
of milk.
A passenger.
You stop and take a swig.
A gallon of buttermilk. No.
All this dairy is gonna be mine.
Sherry thinks it was a monkey.
Ooh. It's
I'm going to
Oh,
say
I
it's
wish.
a deer whistle.
No, I wish. Okay.
so you said it was a passenger. It was a sentient being.
It replaced.
It was a
piece
piece of equipment.
You
that
said
he
a passenger, though. Okay.
Yeah, but it replaced
Yeah.
a
had.
mechanic.
It replaced
An
the
iPad.
mechanic sitting next to
Yeah.
him. Correct.
I'll say
So,
that.
so the mechanic, the passenger in the car served a purpose. Think it's 1911.
Oh,
This
it
is
was
actually
it was a hand
Oh,
crank. I bet you
No.
I bet you he had to crank from inside the car.
There it is. No,
He
it was
had
a
to wind up
horn.
his-
Oh, God. There was a guy who just had to go, oh, God, oh, when he was going to pass.
No, but they
I have
had
no idea how cars worked back then. So
they had a mechanic in the
crank is a
car.
good.
Because this is actually a cool piece of trivia. I didn't know this before. Turn left, slow down for the car. Nag, nag, nag. No, that was no. His wife was not.
no,
This
that
was
would
a,
have been a mechanic. Yeah.
the purpose of the passenger in the car, the mechanic in the car, was to let the driver know where the other cars were. They would they would have to look around and tell him, oh, there's somebody passing you on this side or somebody passing you on that side. There's coming up, behind you. So his job was like to look out and survey the condition of the track while the driver went at a blistering 70 miles an hour.
Ooh, look
But
out for
still,
that.
still
Ooh.
it's pretty loud. So he's like, Calhoun's on your right. What? Calhoun's on your right.
It's on fire.
Yeah, he was holding the bucket.
So the bucket of water, right?
And then the
There
guy
it
just,
is. The
Milk
Duchess
works
is
faster.
right.
and then the guy gets bored and he's like, wow, look at all the people in the stands.
My gosh.
Hey, are we almost done? Are we there yet?
Yeah. Look at
Side view
she's
mirrors.
right. It was a mirror, a rear view mirror.
I love how we
Cars-
just figure stuff out as we go along.
You threw me off with the word mechanic because you wouldn't need the person who was your lookout to be a mechanic per se. I thought it was related to like technical difficulties within the mechanical difficulties.
Right. They
within the car.
couldn't see
That's
what was
not-
going on around
You could
them.
have
That
your
was-
wife sitting next to you for the. Actually, Roger was the closest
Yeah.
because she's the one who looks out for all the things she thinks you can't see.
Well, but there were. It was after.
Look out!
after-
He even said, "Look out for that car."
Yep.
All right, we'll give him half a credit for that. But there were no rearview mirrors in the cars, and then they started putting rearview mirrors in the car after this because they were like, "Hey, that's not a bad idea. A little mirror, you look behind you." And now we put rearview mirrors in the car, and I just thought they were there all the time. I thought of course you would have a rearview mirror in the car. Of course you would. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have. Not if you had a mechanic sitting next to you.
A mechanic.
Next
or
week on
literally
SKUs,
any other
10
human
mirror
being.
questions.
It could be a 5-year-old kid sitting next to you. They could do the same job. It has nothing to do with mechanics at all. But okay.
All right. This is the last question. First race at the Indianapolis Raceway was not automobiles. What was it?
Tricycles.
They actually do a tricycle race at the
Mhm.
in Bloomington.
Big wheels, you know.
Huh.
I'll say
rats.
I thought
It's
this was
rats because they didn't actually have a track there. They're just a bunch of guys during the Depression. In the
I'll say
rat.
yeah, buggies, horse and buggies.
Those little hoops that they use the sticks to roll.
Jeff says chariots.
Oh,
It's where they filmed Ben-Hur.
Mastodon race. And how far back you want to go?
We have a lot of horse and carriages and horses.
There's a lot of people who wasn't horse and buggies.
or horses.
Just horses.
Ice cream
Horses,
trucks.
horses were not involved.
Camels,
No, not camels.
Motorcycles.
Surprisingly, not camels.
greyhounds, or dogs.
Greyhound or dog's not a bad guess, but that's not correct. Motorcycles is a good guess. It's wrong, but it's a good guess.
No.
Well, is it bicycles? Because you're going with the number of wheels? Because Brian said tricycles.
No.
Roller skates.
That would be an automobile. Model T.
Model T,
Wheels,
yeah.
wheels of cheese. Go-karts would also be an automobile.
Snail racing. Snail
I guess
racing. That's what they do.
technically bicycles are also considered automobiles.
Oh, I'm gonna be okay. Well, Sarah said airplanes, and that is
Wow.
that's the right idea. It wasn't airplanes, but it was
Paper airplanes.
Was it gliders?
It was
They're racing gliders.
Yeah.
You had to throw a paper airplane, and then when it would land, you had to run up to it, grab it, pick it up, and throw it farther down the track, and run up.
so it's so
500
hard to
miles
tell
of
you guys
that.
the right answer because you so enjoy being wrong. That's the, like you have a wrong answer, you just keep going and
So
going.
airplanes is close, and Tabby wants to know:
Ooh,
was
hot air
it
balloon.
foot races?
Yeah. All
No.
right, gather around, everybody. We're gonna have a foot race.
All right.
Ooh,
Not
hot
an
air
airplane.
balloons. That's
Yes,
probably it.
Train races.
Oh, that was a.
Now that I think about it.
Train
Oh
races.
yeah. Brian,
It
were you
was-
bringing up the Dirk Dastardly and what was the Hanna-Barbera
Laugh
races?
Olympics. Yep.
Laugh Olympics. Is what it
It's hot air balloons.
Do Buckley.
Oh my gosh, that was
We're
that
gonna
was
get in the hot air balloon.
way harder than I.
I'm gonna look
Thought
this
it
up.
was-
I
though,
mean,
because I think hot air balloons are technically automobiles.
no, they're
Technically-
aircraft. They're aircraft according to
Does
the
that
federal
count?
aviation regulations.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
we're almost out of time, but I had another super fun game. We're gonna play one round.
Whoa,
of it.
what? Another
yeah.
game?
Yeah, it's called
Definition.
What's That Race?
Da, 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 da,
I'm going to show you guys pictures, and you have to tell me what race is taking place. All right, here's the first one.
I know what that is.
Do
It's
you?
the wife. It's the one where you carry your wife or something.
Yep.
What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called?
What is it called? I think it's called the wife.
It's some kind of obviously
carry.
it's in Europe somewhere. Because they all do these the other weird races.
No,
I'm
that's
saying-
America.
Yeah,
Look at the guy with the
wife
glasses and the
carrying
hat.
Don't talk about
It's
Europe.
called the wife carry. It's called the
Yeah,
wife
the
carry.
wife carry. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like it would be like Hampton's
that's
Bane or something. They would call it
the
something
most
weird.
popular. Like that, having her be backwards like that is supposedly like one of the more popular ways to do it. But there are
Yeah.
others.
Probably not for her.
You got most of the
No, it
body
is.
mass. Most of the body mass is on his back. So
Right. It is because otherwise she's going to have to be like bouncing and whatever.
she's
Anyway,
in socks too.
So she's
Yeah,
got to be
wife
bouncing.
there is a North American version of it, and then there's also a European
How many
version.
people are divorced?
Looks Scottish. Yep.
Oh, but that would be then you could enter the ex-wife carry if you have to get a
Quit
divorce.
farting,
All right.
Judy.
What race is taking place here?
Oh, the
Yes.
great churro. Oh, it's Krispy
That's
Kreme.
donut eating.
It's the donut one where they eat a donut at each pit stop.
Oh my
The
gosh,
donut
that is
run.
Uh-huh.
that is a
guessing now.
challenge.
No,
is it
I think
it's
I
not a
think this is-
5K.
Yeah, they do have that. Or some places
call
will
it-
have like a beer run or a donut run.
It's called the 5 dozen K. You eat a dozen donuts after each kilometer.
Donut race. Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
done this long enough that I question Juwan's confidence. Like, I know that's his thing. He just says it with confidence, and everyone goes,
Yeah,
"Oh,
he's
maybe
like,
that's right."
"Uh."
Yeah, maybe he's-
Y'all,
They really do have one of those.
how
It's
far?
just-
If you had to eat a dozen donuts every kilometer, how far would you make it?
0
That's
kilometers.
5 dozen. You can't do it. Krispy Kremes, if they're hot, you can do a dozen.
Yeah.
at
I
least.
can't eat a dozen donuts.
Oh,
And then
but
to
Krispy
finish it off,
Kreme.
a nice glass of warm milk.
Incidentally, this race is in July.
Yeah,
And,
in Vegas.
Somebody said it. It actually is the 10-mile throw up race. Yeah, it's actually
oh,
it is a donut eating race. They combine
Oh.
donut. It's the Krispy Kreme challenge.
Yep.
It is.
that's
It's
challenging.
12 donuts and 5 miles and 1 hour. And
I got
so
the 12
you,
donuts, no problem.
You run to the Krispy Kreme.
I'm
you
halfway
run to
there.
the
Next
Krispy
week.
Kreme place, 2.5 miles for those of you who know math. And then you
Then you
eat your
eat.
12 donuts, and then you
then
run
you
2.5 miles.
You have
back.
to eat them first. You can't eat them on the way.
2.5. Eat 2.5.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you have to eat with a gut full of sugar and yeast.
Yep.
You have to run.
I think
And
I could
then-
do that. Do you have an address for this?
Yeah,
I think I could do that.
I'll send you the link.
That'd be a nice video for SKUs. I'll
Why
do
is
the
it called the
donut.
10-mile throw up race then? It should be
That
the
was
5-mile
that
throw up
was a
race.
joke.
He just called it the 10-mile throw up race.
Oh.
What is it called? It's just called the Krispy Kreme Challenge.
Tabby officially thinks that-
As the stomach turns, I like that one too.
The
That's
game or the?
No, Tabby's
Oh.
Tabby's weird about people eating things, and so
And throwing
anyway.
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
and
last
throwing
one.
What?
Bring your jockey to work day.
Yeah, race a horse.
It's a race, Brian.
Oh,
Are you faster than a horse? Which is a completely worthless race, and it's over in
that's
5
actually-
seconds.
That's actually in the ballpark, believe it or not.
yeah, man versus horse.
Man versus horse.
Remember they had that? They had like Michael Phelps against the shark.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on like Fox. They had
In the same tank? That'd be awesome.
You better win. There's no way that Michael Phelps could swim faster than a shark. That's just dumb. That's dumb.
we did have that though. And then they had like a guy racing they had like an Olympian racing a horse and like a cheetah, and they had all sorts of weird stuff.
This is somebody said it. I think it was Juwan. This is actually man versus horse.
Oh,
And it's
Brian
a
said man
race.
versus horse.
Yeah, it's a race that
This
they've
is
been
not-
doing.
This is not man versus horse. This is man versus man on horse.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not
The-
real.
Well, the other guy, the guy who's on it, is also against the horse.
He's trying to pull him back.
right.
No.
Yes, he's full of milk.
That's the horse's support human.
It's actually a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been doing this for a couple of decades.
Far too long.
25 years or so in Wales. And
Yep, it sounds Welsh.
recently, it sounds so Welsh. And recently, the guy won it for the first time.
Did you kill the horse?
Well, this is kind of old.
I like that
2004.
the guy
He
riding the horse can stop and do construction on the way too.
The guy who won kept feeding
kinda
the
Alfred
horse. He's visible at night.
Well, so how it is set up, like you care, is the track. The track is designed to sort of make it equal. So there's certain things that benefit the horse, and then there's things that the horse struggles with, and the man can do better. And there was
stairs and a merry-go-round.
We've got your family.
Elevator.
He has to climb
Pictures
a
of
ladder.
their family.
Yeah.
Gotta go up a ladder.
Gonna make a phone call.
You
On
can
iPhone.
support the show by going to johnbrandon.com. Don't forget that the link for the Afert Party is on the members homepage. And also remember, keep in mind, please, that tonight in the Afert Party, we are not horsing around. We are working very hard tonight during the After Party. Staying
God crosses the finish line and the horse is 10 miles back there smacking at the phone.
Juan at castingcrowds.com. Find out where they're going to be. Still support
Nowhere
our
for a
friend
while.
John Thomas at johnthomasoaks.com, even though he's not going to be on the show as often in the future. And of course, youtube.com/comedybrian to support Brian April. And again, the After Party starts right after this, and I know that we are going to get right down to business just as soon as we get in that
As soon as that
studio.
horse finishes that phone call.
And if you like to be dragged completely off topic into the weeds, to go wherever the conversation takes us, you should join us at Vacay with Comics, July 27th through 30th. It's very fast approaching, and
That's
it's going to be in
longer
Northern
than an
Indiana.
hour.
Go to johnbrandon.com for more information about Vacay with Comics. Be part of it. It'll be fun. How are we going to read the credits?
We're gonna have
Guys,
milk
we're just
at
gonna
Vacay
talk about
Comics, too.
horses while we read the credits anyway.
Just lay out in the yard and drink milk.
So much milk.
Oh, you can actually read the credits like whatever the character is that we don't know exactly.
Graham. Looks like you're making some end credits there.
Looks like the show is over. Yes.
Yes.
Laura Adams, Peter Chapman. Temptation Duck. Yes, haven't heard from him in a while.
Looks like Mel Blackman is trying to start a comedy show himself.
Looks like Russ Noonan is trying to support the show. Yes.
Justin Ormeal, you're trying to bake a quiche?
Are you trying to encourage us, Luke Vickruck?
Yes.
Yoda.